Case 1. The rest stop call. It starts simple and fast. A phone rings at 2:13 a.m. The 911 center logs an incoming call from a cell number with no name. The map shows a rough circle near Highway 41, mile marker 212. It is a rural area. There is a small rest stop. There are trees. There are no homes right on the highway. The call connects. No one greets the dispatcher. There is breathing. It is not heavy at first. It sounds like one person. No background voices. Dispatcher, 911, what is your emergency? No reply. There's a faint rustle like fabric on a seat. A chime from a car. It is the sound when a car door is open or the keys are still in. The dispatcher tries again. Dispatcher, if you can't speak, tap the phone once for yes, twice for no. Silence. Then the air shifts. You can hear a distant truck pass. The breathing speeds up. There is a short sound like a whimper cut off. Dispatcher, we have your approximate location. Units are en route. Stay on the line. The call stays open. The location circle updates but does not narrow much. The towers out here are spread out. The line carries new sounds. A click, a faint metallic ring. Maybe a seatbelt buckle, then a door tone again. The dispatcher keeps talking. He repeats simple instructions. If you can, turn on your hazard lights. No answer. At 2:14 a.m., the first trooper is dispatched. ETA 8 minutes. Another unit from the south is 10 minutes out. A county deputy starts from the east. The dispatcher tries a third time. Dispatcher, are you in a vehicle? If yes, tap once. There is a single sharp impact sound against the phone. It could be a tap. It could be the phone hitting something. The dispatcher marks it as a yes. Noise rises. A new sound enters. It is irregular, not a voice. Something like fabric being pulled. A quick scrape. The breathing becomes louder and rough. For 2 seconds there is a low cry. Then the microphone picks up wind or movement. Dispatcher, help is close. Stay where you are if you can. At 2:17 a.m. the call drops for 1 second. It reconnects. Now the background is different. There is less echo. Maybe the phone moved to a pocket or the floor. A distant vehicle door closes. There are 2 sets of footsteps. One set is nearer. One set is heavier and farther. The dispatcher repeats the address guess. We show you near the northbound rest area. At mile 212, if you can hear me, do not move toward the road. Stay in a lit area if possible. No reply. The footsteps stop. The breathing stops too. There is a low, wet sound. It is unclear. The wire picks up a tone, like a phone trying to switch towers. Then nothing, just wind. At 2:19 a.m., the trooper radio says he is approaching the rest stop. He sees one sedan with lights on in the far corner. A second truck is parked by the vending machines. The trucker is asleep. The trooper pulls near the sedan. The hazard lights are off. The engine is on. The driver door is slightly open. The interior light is on. The 911 line is still connected. The dispatcher hears the trooper's radio faintly through the open door. The trooper announces a license plate. The dispatcher runs it. Registered to a woman. Age 29. Local address is 45 minutes west. The trooper looks inside. The driver's seat is empty. There is a purse on the passenger seat. The phone is not there. The trooper shines a flashlight. There is a scuff on the gravel near the door. There are marks that look like shoe prints leading away from the car, past the trash can, toward the tree line behind the restrooms. At 2:22 a.m., the second unit arrives. They sweep the restroom. No one is inside. The 911 call is still live, but now carries only static and wind. The dispatcher tries to speak again. If you can hear me, tap. No tap. The deputy reaches the edge of the trees. There is a narrow path. Fresh break in some grass. A small piece of adhesive backing lies on the dirt. The deputy picks it up with gloves. It looks like the peel from strong tape. The trooper follows the prints. They are light like a small shoe. Halfway to the trees, a second set of prints appears for 3 steps. The second set is bigger and deeper. Then the ground changes. The prints fade on packed dirt. At 2:24 a.m., the 911 call disconnects on its own. Automatic redial from the center fails. The number goes straight to voicemail. The mailbox is full. The units keep searching. They call for K9. Estimated arrival 2:55 a.m. They find a scarf snagged on a branch at chest height. They find a plastic water bottle in the grass, unbranded, half full. No blood. No obvious signs of a struggle beyond the shoe prints and the scuff by the car. The trunk is closed. No dents. At 2:31 a.m., a trucker wakes up and walks over. He says he saw the sedan pull in around 1:50 a.m. He did not see who got out. He heard a door chime once. He fell back asleep. He did not hear a scream. He did not see another car pull in, but he was not watching. The plate owner's emergency contact is called. No answer. A voicemail is left. The address on file is checked. A patrol unit near the address knocks at 2:40 a.m. No one answers. A neighbor says the woman left earlier that night. She had a backpack. At 2:55 a.m., the K9 arrives. The dog picks up a scent at the driver door. It moves toward the trees down the path, and then turns west along the tree line for about 50 yards. The scent stops near a drainage culvert. The ground there is hard and dry. The scent does not continue on the other side. The lot camera is old and low quality. The feed is pulled later in the morning. It shows headlight beams from the sedan. It does not clearly show people. It shows another set of headlights briefly passing on the highway. Shoulder at 2:16 a.m. Then moving on. The angle misses the tree line. By 3:30 a.m. the scene is taped. The car is towed for processing. The phone is still not found. The last verified thing she did is that open 911 line. No one heard words. Only breathing, a door tone, a short cry, and wind. There is no ending on record. No subject located. No suspect named. The final entry on the CAD for the call reads, "Caller disconnected. Units canvassed. Negative contact." The case stays open. To this day, no one knows what happened after that last call. Case 2. The child who gave the wrong address. This one grabs fast. A child's voice reaches 911 at 6:41 p.m. It is early evening. Not dark yet. The voice is a boy's voice. Maybe 8 years old. He sounds scared but clear. "Boy, my mom won't wake up." Dispatcher, "What is your address?" The boy gives an address with calm speed. He has probably been taught it. Street name. Building number. Apartment 3B. The dispatcher repeats the address. The system tries to match it. It exists, but the apartment numbering at that building is different. There is no 3B. There is 302, 304, 306. It is an older building, converted years ago. The cell phone location shows a radius that includes that block, but also the next one over. Dispatcher, can you read any number on your door? Boy, it says 3, B like the letter. The dispatcher sends an ambulance and 2 officers to the address he gave. ETA 6 minutes. While they drive, the dispatcher keeps the boy on the line. Dispatcher, is your mom breathing? Boy, I don't know. She won't wake up. She fell on the floor. Dispatcher, is anyone else home? Boy, my sister. She is in the closet. She is scared. The dispatcher uses very simple steps. Put the phone on speaker. Lay it near your mom. Put your hand on her chest. Is it moving? The boy says no. The dispatcher begins basic instructions for compressions but stops because the boy says he cannot move her. She is too heavy. He starts to cry. At 6:46 p.m., the first officer reaches the building. He radios that the address exists, but the apartments are not labeled with letters. He is at apartment 302. He knocks. No answer. He goes to 304. An elderly man answers and says he has not heard anything. The officer checks 306. A woman answers. No emergency there. The dispatcher asks the boy to look out the window and tell what he sees. The boy says, a red store sign. The officer goes outside. There is a small grocery on the corner with a red sign, but it faces the next street, not this one. The officer radios to check the sister street. The second unit crosses over. The boy keeps talking. He says the TV is on. The show has a dog in it. There is a glass of water on the table. He says his mom came home from work and then fell. He says the door is locked with a chain. He says he can hear sirens, but far away. Dispatcher, can you see your apartment number on the mail near the door? Boy, it says 3B. At 6:49 p.m., the second officer reaches the building on the next street. This building has apartments A, B, C on each floor. He goes to 3B, he knocks. No answer, he listens. The TV inside is on. A show with a dog is playing. He knocks again. The chain rattles behind the door. He announces police. He asks the boy on the phone to knock on his side of the door if he hears him. There is no knock. The boy says he can't reach the door. He is in the kitchen. The officer tries the handle. It is locked. He radios for permission to force entry. While waiting, he calls the phone number from dispatch. The phone on the line is still open. It rings into his ear and also rings faintly inside the apartment. The sound is doubled. They force the door at 6:52 p.m. The chain breaks. The officers enter. The living room is small. The TV is on. There is a glass of water on the table. The kitchen is to the right. No child is visible. The officers call out, "Police." No reply. The bedroom door is open. The bed is made. The bathroom is empty. On the kitchen floor, there is a spilled cereal bowl. No one is there. The mother is not there. There is no child. There is no sign of a struggle beyond the cereal. The window is closed and latched from the inside. The officer picks up the phone ringing on the counter. It is the same number as the 911 caller. The line is still connected, but the sound on the dispatcher's end does not change. The dispatcher asks the officer to speak into it. "Officer, this is the police. Where are you?" On the dispatcher's speakers, the boy answers at the same time, "I'm here." The apartment is empty. The officer speaks again. The boy's voice says, "We're in the kitchen," but the kitchen is empty. The sound has no echo. It is clean. It could be a call routed strangely. It could be a recording. The officers search again. Nothing. EMS arrives at 6:56 p.m. They sweep for any person in distress. Negative. They check the back exit. It is locked from the inside. The officers canvass the floor. A neighbor in 3C says a woman and 2 kids lived in 3B, but they moved out last month. The landlord changed the locks a week ago. No one is supposed to be inside. The neighbor has not heard anyone today. The phone on the counter shows 3 recent calls to 911. 2 connected, 1 failed. There is no other number saved. The SIM registers to a prepaid service. No name. The call record at the center shows the location came from a cell tower that covers both buildings. The time matches. The voice is still on the line. "Dispatcher, can you tell me your name?" "Boy, no." "Dispatcher, can you tell me your mom's name?" Silence. The line goes quiet for 7 seconds. Then a sound like a cabinet closing. Then the call cuts. Outgoing calls from the phone now go to a fast, busy tone. Incoming calls ring to voicemail. The officers try the building across the street again, just in case. They find nothing. At 7:14 p.m., a supervisor arrives. They review the forced entry. They secure the new chain. They leave a notice. They take the phone as evidence. They request the recording of the 911 audio for tech review. The tech review later shows the boy's voice was clean. No packet loss, no background delay. But one thing is odd. When the officer spoke into the phone in the kitchen, the waveform on the dispatcher's copy shows a slight echo that did not exist in the room. The echo is not reverb. It is a timed repeat. The origin is unknown. There is no ending on the record. No mother found, no child found, no medical patient, no crime scene, no caller identified. The last line on the CAD, caller disconnected, premises checked. No person in need located. The case stays open. To this day, no one knows what happened after that last call.